Michael Jackson was our biggest hero.
Prince.
The kid, I'm just going to talk about Mike for 1 second.
Okay.
The kid that first said that Mike did something to him, he said he took a shower with him. Here it is years later, Mike done died. He says, my parents put me up to it. The feds coerced me. So, did Michael do it? No. This is the people saying you got way too much power. Now let's look at this. Who owned Sony? Tommy Mottola. Until Michael Jackson bought up their catalogs.
But the whole Beatles catalog.
Not just the Beatles. Not just the Beatles. Jay-Z, Eminem, all of them cats. Michael Jackson make money off of every record they put out. Shut them all down. This is common knowledge. Google it.
He was definitely a
Did you hear the story about how Mike got the Beatles, George?
I believe I heard an interview of some. It was Eddie Griffin. Eddie Griffin said Mike walked in and
They was filming Say.
right. And he asked, "Well, I'll buy the Beatles for
No, he asked, how much do you think that's
how
worth?
much exactly?" Okay.
$60 million, Mike. Mike was like, that's a lot of money. Fronting, like, you know. He said in between takes, he went and called his people, go buy it. That's all, 60 million. Take 60 million out of my account. Go buy that shit. Came back the next day, you ready to finish filming? Oh, by the way, I bought the Beatles. You what? You bought a fucking Beat? You can't own the Beatles. He had a fucking fit. Paul McCartney. Stop being his friend.
absolutely.
Hurt his fucking feelings. Mike was a shrewd businessman.
He was a gangster. That's a gangster move.
Let me tell you another story I heard. You know, Mike and Quincy was tight.
Right.
So for years, you gotta remember they made Off the Wall together, and that was in the 70s. You see what I'm saying? And it took them years to make. And that came out in 79. So if it took them years to make, we talk about 78, 77, maybe 76, they started on this project. So that means Michael Jackson grew up. I mean, watched Quincy Jones' daughters grow up. Fast forward years later, Tupac is dating one of the daughters. I think it was Khadijah.
Yeah.
Khadijah. They came out of, Tupac comes out the party, disrespecting Khadijah, like, bitch, shut up. Come the fuck on. Shut the fuck up and get in the car. Mike stepped to him. Yo, you can't talk to her like that. He was like, Mike, mind your fucking business. Mike was like, fuck no, that's like my niece. You ain't gonna just talk to her like that. Michael Jackson and fucking Tupac start rumbling. Michael Jackson beat his ass. They said Tupac loved to fight, but he can't fight.
Tupac and Michael.
Tupac and Michael Jackson.
Mike?
Now listen. That's news to me.
You gotta remember, number one, Mike came up in the house with how many brothers?
Oh, yeah.
Do you got brothers?
No.
You ain't got brothers. You got brothers? Okay, so I have 4 brothers. That's how I learned how to fight. They punch you in the mouth over a fucking chicken wing. And your anger ain't gonna let you let that slide, whether you can beat them or not.
Facts.
And you gotta learn how to fight. My brother Jamak, when he was 13, he was about 240, 6'2". Took me out in the street, put on boxing gloves in front of all his homies, beat my ass every day until I could fucking fight. And one day I caught him with a couple of lucky ones. I can say now it was lucky ones, because my brother Matt can fight. And he was like, okay, all right, you ready? So the word in the neighborhood is, this kid is the golden child. You know what I'm saying? So one day I bumped into this dude at the Chinese store and knocked this food out his hand. And he went to grip me up. And the boy next to him like, yo, you don't want to do that. He's like, why not? This motherfucker knocked me. You don't want to deal with his brothers. He the soft one. Soft? Who the fuck is you? Soft? Oh, fuck no, soft. no, hell no. I can't have that reputation on me. And I'm a rapper out here in these streets. So in other words, without my brother, I ain't shit, right? That's what you're trying to say? So I went home. I rolled me a joint, fat ass joint. It was a spliff, big old fat joint. Bought me a 40, drank that 40, smoked that spliff, and was walking through Winfield looking for the first motherfucker say anything. Cause I'm gonna get this rep tonight. Ran up on this dude named Keith Hightower. Keith Hightower. And he was talking shit about my sister's girlfriend. Everybody thought she was our cousin because she was around so much. I'm like, fuck you say about my cousin? Pussy, I'll beat your ass. Unbeknownst to me, that Keith Hightower in the neighborhood is the knockout artist. Don't nobody get past 2 punches from Keith Hightower. Nobody. Nobody. Go get Mike Tyson, let's see. That was his reputation in the neighborhood. I didn't know. And I'm over here like, pussy, let's go. He like, Tommy, you don't want to do this? Go ahead about your business. Go write a rhyme or something. He was older than me. You know what I'm saying? About what? Maybe 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? He was like 26, 27. So I'm like, no, it's going down tonight. You talking shit about my cousin. I'm like, you ain't no pussy. Meet me up in the man's schoolyard, up on 54th Street right now. And I started walking towards the schoolyard. The kids that heard it was like, oh shit. They start telling everybody. Next thing I know, I got like 30 motherfuckers following me up to the schoolyard and shit. Oh, we gonna see this. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody had ever seen me upset. I'm not the upset type. You know what I'm saying? I don't go around yelling, hollering. You know, I'm always calm, cool, collective. That's how I got Tommy Too Smooth. You know what I'm saying? But now they saying Tommy out of pocket. I called him up to that schoolyard, went up to that schoolyard. We square up. We start going blow for blow. Bow, bam, bow, bam, bow, bam, bow, bam, bam, bow, 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 bam, 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 bow. Somebody said, Tommy! I went to turn around. It was like slow motion. I went to turn around and look to see who it was. Now, what made me turn around in the middle of a fight? I don't know. But that nigga clocked me across my fucking chin. Now, I was ready to finish the fight, but my knees was like, nope, vacation.
They buckled.
It's over. We're going to rest right here. You go ahead and finish the fight. We're done.
Night, night.
I went to fall the fuck on the ground. Before I hit the ground, somebody grabbed me up under my arms, stood me up on my feet, stepped in front of me, hit Keith Hightower, knocked him smooth the fuck out. Hit the dude, his cousin behind him, knocked him smooth the fuck out. Went to hit the other dude. He was like, no, I don't want none. It's my brother Mac. He done fucking cleaned all of this shit up in 3 punches. Wow. But he took me home and he said, I'm proud of you. I'm like, wow, the nigga knocked me the fuck down. He said, Tommy, Keith Hightower is known as the knockout artist. Don't nobody go toe to toe with him. That's suicide. You went toe to toe with him, and not only did you go toe to toe with him, you got your blows in. And you ate like 30 of his fucking punches. Nobody could do that. It's like, yeah, I did, didn't I? You motherfucking right. Where Keith at?
So Michael Jackson whooped Tupac's butt.
Yeah.
Oh man, listen, you know what the people gonna say? They're gonna say, when in the world? When was this?
The king of pop?
The king of pop moonwalking.
You gotta
on Tupac?
remember, this man had how many brothers? 7, 8, not including cousins. You gotta remember, this man grew up in Gary, Indiana. You know about them small little towns?
Yeah.
Them small little towns is tougher than the big city, because they all got something to prove. And he grew up, and we talk about the 60s, when gang warring was going on. Where you think Beat It came from? He done seen a lot of them gang wars. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no way Michael Jackson could have been soft at all, just going by his household. Joe beat their ass. So he wasn't scared to take a punch. Joe beat that ass. And Joe was a hard rock. So you got to deal with them brothers. You got to deal with Joe. You think Mike's soft?
Nah.
Exactly.
But look.
But look at the content of his records. Listen to the shit he's saying. You want to be starting something, nigga?
There you go. There you have it.
Pretty young thing. Beat it. You're talking about beating ass right there. Mike wasn't no joke. But I'll say this to answer your other question. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles, giving him, and a lot of other catalogs, giving him the power, the 51% to make the decisions in Sony.
That's what I heard.
Do you think R. Kelly went to jail behind them females, them girls?
No.
No. Why did he go to jail?
A lot of it have to do with the music catalogs.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you know that Prince he had a vault in his house with all music in it. And his record company tried to say that because you wrote this while you were signed to us, we own all of that. And he's like, no, I made it at my house at my leisure time. It had nothing to do with the contract I have with you. And while he was going through this, he wrote slave on his face, remember?
Right.
Because
Remember that controversy?
if you know anything about the record business, what they do to you is they get you to sign up. The most important thing in music is publishing. Publishing says no matter who plays your record, no matter who sings your record, no matter where you may hear the music from, whoever owns the publishing gets paid for that. You see what I'm saying?
That's correct.
So what they do is they come up to you with more money than you ever seen in your life, $300,000, and they give it to you. Just sign this piece of paper, not knowing that you just signed over all your great grandkids' money. Biggie gave it to Puffy because he was broke and got 200,000. 200,000. You know how good his son could be eating right now if he had never signed that fucking publishing away? Biggie died broke. They had to borrow money to bury him. And you go all the way across the board, all of these cats, and you'll find a deeper story than what was put out into the public.